we're trying to make sure that the gospel stays out of political unrest, and we're trying to make sure it stays out of racial justice issues and income inequality and environmental issues. So we literally say, you know what? We're just going to focus on the gospel. In fact, after one of the police shootings a few years ago, however you feel about the police shootings, whatever it is, that's not my point. But after one of them, I was having a hard time, right? I was having a hard time and wrestling with, what does this mean? What do I do with this? What is the gospel's role in this and all of this? And I was wrestling with it. So I called the pastor of the church I was attending. And I said, hey, man, I'm really struggling. Are you guys going to say anything about this? And his response to me was, we got together as a team and decided that we're just going to focus on the gospel. So in that sense, they preached, and I'm sure, to be clear, I'm sure they preached an amazing sermon that Sunday. But I can tell you I didn't go. Because what I knew for a fact was whatever they were going to be talking about was not going to speak to what was happening in my life right then. It was going to be really, really pretty, but it wasn't going to be useful. And the interesting thing about the gospel, right, is that the term gospel literally means good news. And I don't know if you've ever got some really good life-changing news, right? I don't know, and that's what the gospel is supposed to be, right? It's supposed to be good news that's life-changing. So I don't know if you've ever got some really good life-changing news, but usually it is something that you can use right now. Right? It's something that applies right now. Life-changing news, you're like, man, it's speaking right now to whatever's going on, right? So if you're worried about the environment and whatever pain, you're worried about family, you're worried about racial injustice, you're worried about political unrest, you're worried about polarization, you're worried about whatever. The gospel, actually, if it was life-changing good news, when they gave it to you, it should be able to affect those things.